Shemai, Yashir Allah, Allah Haya, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Babakoshai. That's in the Hebrew tongue for here, Israel, our power, or my power, Yahweh, in the name Yahushai. Please, right? Also want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Yahweh is the Most High God, Yahushai is the Son of God, the true name from the Most High and the Son. Right, I'm about to, I want to touch on a few things concerning, what's happening today, concerning on how the prophets and the teachers and the apostles are publicly exposing the false prophets, the deceivers, the wolves, right? Because that's the role of a prophet, of a teacher, of an elder, what to defend the gospel. Yeah, and I got a couple of lessons I want to touch on. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Now let's go to the book of Romans chapter 16, verse 17. It says, "Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses." So mark them which cause division and offenses. Which, when you go into mark, means to expose, man. When we mark these false prophets, man, we supposed to expose them, man. Unclothe them, unclothe their true intentions, unclothe their true, their true character, if you will, as being what? Deceivers. Right? Because outwardly they portray themselves as being they portray themselves as righteous men, but inwardly they're ravenous wolves. They're wicked. They're like, they comes in sheep's clothing, and then they come to you with the fringes, with the whole attire of an Israelite, if you will, of a Hebrew Israelite, but inwardly they're ravenous wolves. Now, not all that wear fringes. I'm not, talking about all that wear fringes, but talking, a few of them. It says, contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So mark them which teach things that contradict the true doctrine, the true teaching, if you will. Right? You have those men out there that say that the MOTB is is philosophy. It's doctrine. We have men out there that teach that the MOTB is not the device or the chip implant that's going to be embedded in one's arm or head, or in one hand, if you will. So basically that's the role of a prophet, to expose these men. Because pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, but we are supposed to blow the trumpet to warn every man that their blood may not be on our hands, if you will. Because the rising of the false prophets is a prophecy. The prophecy concerning the rising of the false prophets is coming, man. It's here. It's coming to effect. It's being fulfilled. It's being performed, if you will. And many there are that's going to be deceived by these men, but the elect are going to be what? Steadfast and firm in the truth. It says, verse 18, it says, "For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but their own belly." Meaning what? If I'm not mistaken, when you go into the word belly, when you go into the belly, it's symbolic for desires, appetites. Right? So these men serve their own appetites, their own desires, their own devices, if you will. Which a lot of them are greedy, gluttonous, and full of access, if you will. Which, when I touching on greed, meaning what? They're lust for money. lot of these teachers of these camps out there in the world, they have a lust for money, a lust for even access, man, a lust for power, you know, which is the fact. When you come to this, when you become a teacher, you have motion. It's you know, it's nothing that, you know, it's the truth, man. You have motion when you come to this truth, or when you become a teacher. And these motherfuckers, they know it. They know that there's a power with it, right? With fierce speeches and kind words, they deceive many and conquer many. You know? You know? It says, but their own belly, it says, and by good works and fierce speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. So they deceive the hearts of the simple by fierce speeches, by good words, smooth words, which in the book of Proverbs, it tell you or warn you about that woman whose words are sweet as or whose, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. Let's get it real quick. It's locked. You're with me. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, verse 3. It says, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Yeah, and you know, that's, you know, twofold concerning, you know, woman. But you know, you could really, you know, say that about these seducing. You could really say that for these, for those seducing spirits, for those false teachings, for those false doctrines. You know, because those false doctrines, they're smooth, man. They're smooth onto the ears. They, you know, they're smooth like butter, man, to the ears, man. And people want to hear it. But for the truth, they, the people say, turn away from us. They don't want to know the truth. They say to the true prophets, prophesy not. No. But going back, Romans chapter 16, verse 19, right? It says, for your obedience is come abroad unto all men. Yeah, the men at Great Millstone, you know, they got, you know, things figured out, man. They got things figured out, man. Right? You know, this double honors to the elders, apostles at Great Millstone. For they rule well. Right? They rule well. They rule well, man. They rule well, man. Right? We have some great overseers, if you will. Starting with the elder apostles on down to the elders, to prophets, you know, to the teachers, to the watchmen, to the faithful believers. You know, we have some great overseers, man, who's not gonna withhold the truth from you, who's not gonna shun the counsel, the right counsel from you, man. Shun means to withhold. Right? Ain't no withholding the truth from you, man. You know, we see a false prophet, we're gonna rebuke him, man, before all. When they see the false prophet, they're gonna rebuke them before all, man. And a lot of you jakes out there, you newcomers, you newers, if you will. A lot of you see the rebuke, and y'all say that the prophets are hated when they rebuke, which that means you don't have understanding, man. Because if you had understanding, you'll know that that's actually love, man. For charity rejoiceth not in iniquity, man, but we rejoice in the truth. We rejoice not in iniquity, but we rejoice in the truth. You know, we don't rejoice, we don't love iniquity, man. Right? Do if not, you know, in fact, let's get that, man. So us rebuking the workers of iniquity, that's a form of love, man. You know that they may turn from the from iniquity, if you will. May turn from the wrong way. Which let's get Revelation chapter 2, verse 2. It says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou, it says, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. Which when you go into bear means to go into that word bear means to uphold. We don't uphold these motherfuckers that is evil, man. We don't hold them up. We don't bear them up. We bring them down, man. We don't suffer these men. We rebuke them all, man. Did not spies try to come around the members of the church? But they, you know, I think if I'm not mistaken, they kicked them out or removed themselves from them, from these spies, man. No, it says, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and has found them liars. No. But going back to verse 19, it says, for your obedience is come abroad unto all men. I am glad therefore on your behalf, but yet I would have you wise unto that which is good. Right, so be wise, and that's a part of, you know, when you attend to those teachings, to the apostles and the elders and the prophets and the teachers, you know, when you attend to those teachings that they put out on YouTube, you know, and on different, you know, platforms, you learn to be wise unto good, if you will. Unto that which is good. You will learn to be wise unto that which is good. It says, and simple concerning evil. Right, so when you, also that's a part of it as well, man. When you you know, attend to those videos, go into YouTube, look up to the go into the channels that the prophets have, you'll find out that there's a lot of rebuke videos, a lot of reproof videos, or videos that reprove, or videos that rebuke and exhort. Why? Because those lessons are to make you simple, you know, simple concerning evil. Which when you go to the word simple, it's the word akarios, which I forgot it, but if y'all could go look up the word simple in the book of Romans chapter 16 verse 19. But going to the word simple, it means to be unmixed, to be without mixture. Yeah, because little liveth the whole lump, if you will. And that's what the true prophets want you to be unmixed, you know? Why? Because if you have little evil in your doctrine, then it's going to live in the whole lump. Little living in the whole lump, man. Right? And these camps, they have a little understanding concerning some things, but other things, they have no understanding. And other things, you know, a lot of these false teachers, they teach evil, man. They teach evil and deceit. They may have, you know, understanding some things, but, you know, in other things, they teach evil and deceit. Right? But coming to this faith is a part of being, coming into this faith, a part of coming to this faith is being unmixed, being without mixture, meaning be completely innocent in doctrine. You know, because there are those that will corrupt the there are those that try to corrupt doctrine, man. You know, which going into that word more, it says without a mixture of evil. like, water and wine. Make sure you're 100% wine, man. Sound doctrine. Make sure your doctrine is 100% truth. Because as it is written, no lie is of the truth. Which the Apostle John spoke about that. No lie is of the truth. And if no lie is of the truth, then the truth is 100% the truth. So be without mixture. Be 100%, let your doctrine be 100% true. That should be your goal, your aim, man. Even if you don't know it all, let the things that you know be 100% true. Be not deceived, man. Be not deceived. Which I have a couple more precepts. In fact, let's just get Acts real quick, because I mentioned the scripture when it says, little living if the whole lump, and that's true. That's talking about these camps as well, the members. If you have false teachers in your camps, man, you gotta rebuke them. And if they don't turn from their wickedness, you gotta put them out. And if there's false doctrines in your camp, you gotta purge it out. Unless it's gonna consume y'all all, it's gonna corrupt you whole, if you will. That's a warning for you men. This Acts chapter 20, verse 26, it says, wherefore I take to you, Salaki, this the Apostle Paul, it's Acts chapter 20, verse 23, it says, wherefore I take you co-record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. So Paul said he is pure from the blood of all men. And guess what? His actions and his labor bear witness with him. Because his action and his labor was what? All he did was care for the church, was minister to the church. He warned the church. He exhorted the church. All he did was care for the church, and that's what the elder apostles at Great Millstone on down are doing today. Caring for the church. They're warning the church. And they're warning the church with understanding, man. And literally, when a prophet warns you, when the true apostle and the true prophet warn you, really it's the Lord warning you. Out of one warning you, man. It says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the covenant of Salakia. Let's read it again. Matter of fact, let's go in the house. I'm tripping. Salakia. Let's go in the house real quick. Out there. We're going into it. Verse 27, it says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. So when you go into the word shun, it goes into hupos stelio, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know how to pronounce it right, but it means to withhold. So that's a part, of being being learned in this thing. especially as a man. When you learn, you're supposed to make known the counsel. When you have learned the counsel, you're supposed to make known the counsel. You're supposed to manifest the counsel onto the sheep, onto the lambs, onto the people. And that's what the men are doing today, the men at Great Millstone. And a part, when you go into the council, there's warnings too in the council. And these prophecies are counsels, are part of the council, if you will. It says, verse 26, verse 28, it says, take heed, therefore, unto yourselves. And you have men withholding the truth. You will have men out there that withhold the information concerning what the true MOTB is. Because of why they're being paid. Because of why they have, too much on the line in this world, so they don't want to lose it, so they withhold the truth. They don't want to lose the members of the camps. That's why they withhold the truth. Right, it says, verse 28, it says, take heed, therefore, unto yourselves, and to all the flock, over the which the Holy Ghost have made you overseers, to feed the church of God, which he hath purchased with his own blood. We have overseers set up, different, overseers set up, that's feeding the church of God right now. Verse 29, it says, for I know this, that after mine, and that was verse 28, but verse 29 says, for I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. And this is what Paul said. These and he mentioned, basically those grievous wolves are men that are set and established to put a stumbling block before certain members of the church. But the elect, they're not going to be deceived. They're not going to stumble because they walk in the light, in the truth, if you will. It says, not sparing the flock. So these grievous wolves are not going to spare the flock. That's why you have, the men that false prophets going against, men of GMS, man. You have certain men speaking against sound doctrine, speaking against what's the right doctrine concerning the what the mark of the beast is, the MOTB is, man. You have teachers out there that let members of their congregation take the the jab, man. It says not sparing the flock, so these men won't spare you. They're about rivalry, if you will. They're about partying, drinking the next day. Tomorrow they say to themselves, basically they think no evil won't come to them. Verse 30 says, also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after them. Or you have certain men out there that's, say you can have sex on the Sabbath, which that's not right, that's not true. It says, verse 31, it says, therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I ceased not to warn you, every one night and day with tears. And that's what the apostles did, man. Apostles, they warned for years, more than 10 years, since they was, young, man, in their youth. It says, in fact, let's get Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26.
or it's Colossians, Salaki. Book of Colossians. Colossians chapter 1, verse 26, it says, even a mystery which have been hid from ages. So this truth has been hid from ages, from generations and generations, man. It says, and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. So the saints know it. It has been revealed unto the saints, unto the elect. It says, to whom God will make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Mashiach in you, the hope of glory. Verse 28, it says, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom. And that's a part of, part of being, when you learn this truth, you're supposed to warn every man. It says, and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yahushua. What? Present every man innocent in doctrine, meaning have your doctrine is unmixed. Your doctrine have no there's no mingle of good and bad in your doctrine. Just 100% innocent, if you will, good. It says that we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yahushua. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow livers in this truth. And all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shalom and salute.